Hey guys, welcome to another custom video. This is an in-depth tour of a 2010 Holden Calais VE Series 2. In this video, I'll give a walk around this car, show the exterior, the interior, a couple interesting features of the car, and so on. Let's get straight into it. So being the Series 2, there are some slight differences to the exterior features of the car. You can kind of see. The first one is the headlights. So if you look at the headlights, they'll look slightly different. You can see it's got a little bit of a kink up towards the previous one where it was a little bit more like rounded. So they've slightly done a slight redesign over there. You can see inside the headlight got this really nice sort of, this sort of piano black sort of finish inside the headlight there, which looks pretty cool. You can see you got this nice chrome grille towards the front as well. Also looks a little bit different. I think it's a little bit more larger on this one compared to the VE Series 1. And if I step a little bit back, also the bottom portion of the car has slightly changed as well. You can see you got this nice chrome strip going all across over there, which you didn't have in the Series 1. You can see you got some more chrome around the sort of additional fog lights and stuff like that, which I thought looked pretty cool. So I'll just show you the front end. Calais. In terms of fuel consumption, stuff like that, I'll leave that in the motion graphics. Just bear with me. So the wheels look a little bit different. So you had these thicker sort of wheels, the alloys. This one's more skinnier. They've again a little bit different. They've done for this one. You can see. So in terms of tire size, they are appears to be a 18-inch wheel, which may be small for today's standards, but back then that was actually quite large. And you can see you got quite a fair bit of sidewall still, so you still be quite comfortable driving on these, which is cool. Indicators mounted. You've got the indicators mounted on the side there, and you've got the sort of matte sort of finish over here as well. And you being the Calais, you got the nice chrome as well strip, which I thought looks pretty cool as well. Another chrome strip on the side there too. And I'll give you a quick glimpse of the interior, and I'll show you a bit more of the detail in just a moment. And also the interior was slightly revamped. With the design, this was about $1 billion of development it took for Holden. They were a little bit behind schedule. They're supposed to release this in 2004, but released in 2006. And they're taking some cues from different cars as well. For example, this little kink design was, I think, inspired from BMW because they had that sort of kink in their car as well. Also, the rear end, they try to mimic a lot of the European styling as well. So here's the rear end of the Calais. Pretty much looks the same as the previous one, but there are some key differences. Is this one's got the SIDI technology, so this one can actually run on E10 or ethanol, which is actually a cool feature. So you can, if petrol's expensive, you can run on that. I think it's pretty cool. So you can see here's the tail lights. You can see pretty standard tail lights with this nice sort of dark finish. If you went for the base model Omega, the light will cut off somewhere around here. Here you get the bigger style tail lights, so pretty standard. You can see here, got the Calais logo there too. This one's got 4 parking sensors integrated rear bumper. Doesn't seem to have any signs of what I call a reverse camera. Now to open the tailgate, you cannot open it from here. You have to open it from the key fob, so which I don't have, but which they do with most of the Commodores. They have a little button over here that sync it for the boot here, see? And that opens the boot right there. Just forgot, the engine wise, in case you're wondering, it's fitted with a 3.6 litre engine, produces about 210 kilowatts of power and 350 newton meters of torque, and mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. So here's the tailgate. So it's actually quite a large opening, a bit more narrow compared to a VT. But you can see it is a little more deeper, and you can see you've got full width as well. So you can see if I lift this up like so, you're given a full-size spare tire, which is nice. You can see this doesn't look like the original. I don't know if they purposely give you a steely, but I'm not too sure if it's supposed to be a steely or an actual alloy. But you can see they give you a full-size spare tire, which is nice. The VE they actually mounted the battery in the boot, like the European cars, which I don't know why, but they just did. So again, they've done some sort of slight differences opposed to putting it in the front, which they did with all of them up to the VZ. So you can see it's quite a large bit of storage in here, and you got a pass through there if you want to put some skis or something like that, which is cool. And you can see you got some more tie down points. There doesn't seem to be any lip over here, so you can slide a large suitcase. You might be restricted a little bit here, but overall, I think you'll be quite satisfied. Some people put LPG, so you get the LPG tank there, so you do lose the hatch, and it would come up to about here, so you do lose a bit of the storage, but it is what it is. But this one running your E10, so you probably wouldn't need to use the LPG, so I guess that's good. So you got a third braking light, and you moved on the VEs and moved that antenna to the top there. So yeah. Fuel tank, I think 75 liters. So this one, again, they're taking a lot of inspiration on European cars, so you press it now. And this one can run suitable for ethanol E10. And that runs on 91 octane, and I think it's about 70 or 75 liters, somewhere around there. This car's going for $11.99, so 12 grand pretty much. Done about 151,000 kilometers. Probably can tell inside here. Yeah, like so. So here's the interior of the VE Series 2 Calais. Looks a little bit different. But yeah. One noticeable difference is well, not really that noticeable, but these were actually fitted with the Balpunk sound system, which sounded really good actually. Let me just close the door, you can get better. Which actually sounded really good. Unfortunately, Balpunk went bankrupt, and as a there's a bit of noise there. Needs a bit of lubricate. And yeah, and they went bankrupt, and then they had to close up shop. So they've I don't know what sound system they put in this one, but they put their own sort of on there too. So here's the gauge cluster. So as a front, you get these nicest looking gauges on the Calais. Got a temperature gauge, rev counter, and you've got this, and then you've got a speedometer there and a fuel gauge. Pretty standard basic trip computer over there that kind of displays the range and stuff like that. You get this really nice leather wrap steering wheel, which I thought was pretty nice on the Calais. You can see real leather, not that cheap leather and stuff like that. And you got your controls here, and then you got your volume controls here. And the buttons feel pretty solid and pretty nice. Got your wipe controls to the left, and then you got your indicator controls to the right. You can see, feels pretty good. Like most of the European cars, they kind of have taken a lot of cues by getting this switch here. You can see parkers, headlights, and then you can just leave on auto, and it will do its thing. So you can see that there. So I thought was pretty cool. So it's got this sort of like rubberized, like weatherproof material. You can see they've put on the dashboard here. You can see, and this sort of gloss material here. You can see the as I mentioned, these are kind of jammed, and you can see all your air conditioning stuff like that there. So what's new is this updated head unit. This one has a touchscreen. The previous one did have a touchscreen too, but you had to kind of use only the dials to navigate around, I believe. So this is actually much nicer. And you got aux, USB, navigation, and stuff like that, and map, which probably wouldn't work today, but yeah. And surprisingly, this one actually works. So I don't know if you can do anything with these ones. So I think maybe with the you need the key to activate that. Sometimes you can. So we'll just turn this on, see if we can actually operate it. So just have a listen to the radio, to see if how it sounds. Why? Oh, you can just seek station. So it's a little bit slow for today's standards. You know, it is it's got good bass and stuff. It needs a bit of tuning, but
Beauty and more. Basket free delivery.
But you get the idea. But yeah, so it's a pretty old school unit. It's a little bit laggy and stuff like that. Got a map. It's not, the full map is not available. You need the key fob, media, aux, and this one still has CD and stuff like that. So you can see here you got all your the sort of controls. They've revised all the controls here. Looks a little bit more updated. They had these different style ones. The dual zone climb. I mean, is it single zone? Dual zone. I think it's single zone. And you can see your fan speed, auto, refrigerant, and then you can see all that sort of stuff here. You can see. So it feels pretty, you can see the buttons feel pretty premium to use. So yeah, you won't be disappointed. I'll just turn this off. It looks like the buttons are a little bit weird out because it's not supposed to do that. Yeah, so I don't know. So this is a bit hard to open. You got ashtray there, temperature control. This is your 6-speed automatic transmission. And you can see it's wrapped in this nice leather. You can see. And you got a trip mode as well. You can change gears and stuff like that. All your locks and stuff here. And this is all for your windows. You can adjust them all here, and then you have the switches in the center, which I thought was a bit weird. Normally we'll put them there, but I guess there's no real place to keep them, so they moved them here. And that's just to lock your windows, pretty standard stuff. And then you can see these are all your standard window switches, which feel nice. So you got a blank button here if you're wondering. So because they do make these as Pontiacs in the US, so they put the handbrake here, and then they can just quickly move it over here when they're converting to left-hand drive. So that's what that's for. Got some cup holders here, which are not that large. This one is actually quite good. You can actually fit a bottle in there, which I don't have to test, which is unfortunate. And this one, it has your got a power outlet there, which is nice. And yeah, but yeah, pretty comfortable in here. Got this leather wrapped leather seats, feel pretty alright. It might be I think it's a man-made leather, not a real leather, because it's a quite hard leather. You can see from here if you want to go up close, it is perforated, but it is a quite hard leather, but it feels more like a vinyl than a leather. You can see the vanity mirror here, which appears to be, I think, broken, so it doesn't have a thing to close there. And I think the same story on that one too. Yeah, but yeah, got a sunglass holder, which is nice. And you can see you got your lights for your map lights and stuff like that. Is the rear mirror? I don't know if this is a genuine. Is this a real one? Yeah, it is. This one, you can see the visibility is actually pretty good. I did have a video where I explained that the visibility is really bad on the VEs, especially when you get the spoiler. It kind of cuts it. But this one, yeah, it's pretty good. So, yeah. Sitting in this car now, it's not too bad actually. You can see you got good visibility outside here. A bit of a blind spot here when you pull out on junctions, I'll be honest. So that's about it. But yeah, it's actually pretty alright. But yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Let's have a look at the race seats. So all these are hard plastics, you can see here. This is also made with that sort of rubberized material I've mentioned here. This is kind of soft. That's quite soft. This is all hard plastics. And some people were asking about the carpets. This is all soft here, hard plastics here, and yeah, over there. Yeah, it needs some greasing, doesn't it? Yeah. Just testing the build quality, that's all. So while we're here, we'll just have a look at this. So you can see the side door cards made this rubberized material. This is all soft touch here, soft touch, and it feels pretty solid. Even these are pretty good as well. And you got these hidden switches over here. You can the windows, they feel pretty good. You don't have a pass through here, but you don't even have a it would be nice to have. I think you do, but it's don't press it. There you go. This one. Oh, I didn't ditch it, thank God. So I remember in the VTs, they actually had I told the story when my mum used to own a VT executive. It will have this table in the center, so when we went to McDonald's and stuff like that, we can always eat off this table. That's one feature I loved about this. So you can easily eat that. You can put your McDonald's cups in here, which is actually pretty nice. There's some storage here. You could put some drinks in there, which is nice. But yeah, I really love that feature. And you can see that's your pass through all the way to the back of the car too. So yeah, very useful feature. I really love that. So. Okay, let's have a look seat inside here. So let's have a listen to the door. So really designed for Australian markets. So you got a lot of room in here. You won't be disappointed. So you can see these large pockets here and here. Rear vents, which is nice. A lot of cars don't have that. They always pipe up underneath the seat. So dedicated rear vents, and most of our Australian cars have really good air conditioning. So got some pockets here. You can easily stretch your legs over here. You won't be disappointed. And tons of headroom as well, which is nice. So the rear seats are pretty much the same as the front. So you've got there slightly perforated in the center. You can see here. And you can see the headrests and stuff like that. It's all made from leather. Or I would say vinyl to be exact. Large transmission tunnel because it's rear wheel drive. So you can't really have any space to keep your feet. So you're kind of stuck putting it there. But alright. So we'll just check out the dashboard from the rear seat. It's kind of sad how they axe these cars, but they just couldn't compete because they were just either too expensive to manufacture, and I don't know, they just didn't really have the options that people were looking for anymore. But this market changes and stuff like that. It's a shame because it's part of Australian culture, driving a Commodore. So kind of gonna miss it. The last time they sold them new was like 2016. I did a video on a what's the successor of this one? Not the V, not the VE. V. I forgot what it's called. Like the one after the VE. They did a video on that. So pretty sad. Because that was probably the best one they made. The one after this one, which used the same platform as this one, but the difference was they just perfected it. So yeah, this one I hope has struts. I don't know if they do. I really dislike the Commodores because they're really hard to find the grab handle. Always make them really hard to find. You can never find them. Oh yes, this one has struts. So I did mention this is a V6 engine, produces 210 kilowatts of power and 350 newton-meters of torque. Mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and this one is the Series 2, so you runs on E10. Yeah, so this is the engine. So pretty much it's got a cover on it, so you can't really see anything. But yeah, 3.6 litre. So this is all your stuff like that. This is just your airbox, stuff like that. This is the terminal, so if you want to do a jump start, something you can do it from here, which is weird, but you know you just can, and then you can mount the other one. There we go. And you can still jump it, but the battery is at the back if you are going to change it. It does make sense now because look like there's no space to mount a battery. This one is your fuses and stuff like that, coolant levels, stuff like that here, ABS control module, and then that's it. That's your brake fluid and stuff like that, all that here. So yeah, pretty nice stuff. Very, very poorly designed, but you can see that's also looks like an additional reservoir here, so you're gonna have to get rid of this cover. So I didn't really think that through. They could just cut around that. That's pretty funny. And your oil dipstick is all that on the side, very hard to get to, but right over here. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, because the engine's really pushed back, you can see. Yeah, interesting stuff. Alright. Oh, get that close. Well, that's my walk around of this 2010 Holden Calais VE Series 2. Hope you enjoyed this video. This car is for sale at Milson Motors. I'll leave the details in the description below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next one. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.